Okay, for this video, I'm going to be going through some use cases for two different plugins. One is for pixel movement, I guess. It adds some different movement options for characters. And the other is for adding collision maps. So for an example here, you can imagine a character walking up these stairs, and as they turn left, we could have the character sort of going underneath this overhang, so we get a bit of a 3D effect with that stone wall above the character. But right in that corner piece there, it would seem really strange. Like the depth is maybe a little bit too much. Hopefully that will make a bit more sense in a moment once I get a collision map going on here. So the idea here is we create this overlay layer that's going to be invisible in-game, but it's going to have all of the different collision information on it. So here I'm just going to fill all of that in with some red. I'll make it transparent so I can see a little bit more of what I'm doing. This way, in combination, we've got the pixel movement, so our character can move completely freely of the grid, but you still run into problems creating blockages in the map itself, because you're sort of restrained still by the grid. So I'm just filling in all the areas where the character won't be able to walk. This creates a lot of really interesting possibilities with thin blockages like I've got here, and you don't have to design your maps according to any particular grid or shape. This would probably be a good choice for trying to create an isometric style map, or something similar to it. So right up here we run into the same kind of situation. We can just create a thin line to block movement instead of blocking off a whole square. And over here we've got these diagonals. It'd be really awkward to have the character able to move on those two side diagonal spots in a normal situation. But this is going to allow us to open up that space and have the character move freely throughout that whole area. That's looking pretty good. Alright, that's probably enough for now. I'm certainly not going to go over the whole map in the video here. Just enough to test this out, really. So I'll pump that back up to 100%, make everything else invisible, and I'll save it as a PNG file. So now I want to load this up in RPG Maker. I'll show you the plugins that I'm using here. Alright, so here's the two I'm talking about. The Collision Map plugin here, and the Movement plugin here. I'll leave a link in the description to where I got these from. So in the tag for the map, I'll just add in this tag here. This is the name of the file. Alright, so you can see a collision map around the character and around all of the different objects. I can turn that off if I want to. But let's leave it on for now, just so we can see it. Now, there's a bit of an error going on here because I've got some overlap from an overlay layer. Some of that stuff shouldn't be on top of the character, but it is. But you can see I can move the character in all of these fine spaces now. And if I actually shrunk the size of the character's collision circle, I was going to say collision box, the character could probably fit quite a lot better in some very fine spaces, which to me seems to open up a lot more possibility in map design. So yeah, walking up on top of this second level, the character should be visible here, but this is something I have to fix in Photoshop. Okay, I think I have that base layer fixed, and I've shrunken the player collision circle, so you can see you can fit in all of these really tight spaces now. Well, anyways, still a lot of stuff left to do in this map. Gotta fill in so much more of this empty space in the middle, but I thought I would do a bit of a break with that and demonstrate some plugins. You can see I can move around quite freely in these diagonal spaces. Well, that's all for this video. I hope it was helpful, and thanks for watching.